Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Saturday evening episode of Ted's Blue Cellar with me, most gracious host Ted. It is currently 6:02 on the 20th of February 2021. Hope you're all doing well, and if you're not, then I hope that changes very, very soon. Now, I'm going to be taking a look at another one of the birthday beers that was given to me by my good friend Finley through a gift box that he got for me from Beer 52, which are a sort of randomised sort of like beer gift box delivery service. And yeah, they're quite an interesting company actually, but the box I got for my birthday was themed around Melbourne, so all the beers in this box are Australian. And we're going to be taking a look at another one today. In fact, this one is from a brewery that we reviewed last weekend, which is Moon Dog Craft Brewery. And in this case, we're reviewing their pale ale called Old Mate. Now, there's about as Australian a name for a beer as you can get. And it doesn't really say anything on the pack here. All it says that it is 5% alcohol volume, product off Australia, brewed and canned by Moon Dog, who are apparently in Abbotsford. That's basically all it says. Just it's all it says on the tin. It's just a simple pale ale, simple as. And honestly, I can't complain too much about that. Like I've said before, I like craft drinks that sort of go out of their way to create weird, interesting flavours, like ones that are like that one on the first episode of these Australian beers, where I reviewed, I can't remember which brewery it was by. I think it was actually by Moon Dog. It was the Black Forest Gatto beer, and that was really nice. But I also do appreciate when beers are just simple beers, like just good old pale ale. But yeah, I gotta say, I do like the design of the can. Orange hasn't always been my colour personally, but I do like the design of the can. It's light, it's vibrant, it's simple, and it's welcoming enough. So yeah, good. Sort of 7.5 out of 10. I just think that the colours aren't for me, and some of the writing is a little bit hard to make out, but it looks nice. I'll give it that. So let's give it a sniff and see what our first impressions are like. So bit light, bit watery, sort of bit of a tinny metallicness to it, weirdly. But there is this sort of like nice, sort of like mildly citrusy undertone to the smell. So it smells nice. I'll give that a 7 out of 10. The metallicness is a bit weird. It doesn't give off the nicest. It doesn't give off the most well-rounded smell, but it still smells nice enough anyway. So we'll give ourselves a quick palate cleanser of water to give ourselves an objective standpoint from which to review this sucker. And then, as always, the most important part of the video, which is to see what this tastes like. So, to everyone watching at home, bottoms up. Yeah, it's fine. It's actually quite a good beer. There's not a huge amount to sort of talk about. Interesting enough, in comparison to some other pale ales, there's not much of a bitter kick at the end. And it's got a juicy finish, like a lot of pale ales. Mostly sort of like a bit citrusy with a tiny bit of like a peachy aftertaste, which is quite nice and pleasant and light. And it is actually a very refreshing drink. I think the texture is strange because the texture is like very light and sort of very like poppy fizziness, but like in a very mild way throughout. And it does actually complement the sort of like light, simple, fruity flavour quite well. But the texture at the finish is sort of slightly muddled and a bit sort of, just kind of doesn't mess up the flavour at all, but it just sort of, it's just kind of there. I mean, like, that's the thing. There's nothing outwardly wrong with this beer. It's just not necessarily the most noteworthy sort of pale ale I've ever had. That being said, that doesn't necessarily make a beer bad. It just means that it's just, there's just better ones out there. And to be fair, this is a good beer. I would gladly buy this again if I saw it in shops, and I'd gladly drink it again, because it is nice. It's just that there are slightly more noteworthy pale ales out there, so I'll probably give this like a 7 out of 10. I think it's not quite good enough to be an elite level category or higher level beer category, just under an elite level. But the thing is, most beers just don't have to be like that. Sometimes just being above average or better than average is, I think, still respectable enough anyway. I think this is actually a really enjoyable beer that I would go out of my way to have again, because it is, quite honestly, simple enough and easy enough to palate that I think it could be a good entry point for anyone getting into pale ales. So yeah, I do actually like this. I just wish there was more to talk about it, and it had a bit more of a prominent flavour and a slightly smoother texture. But then again, I can't really complain too much. So yeah, 7 out of 10, but a respectable 7 out of 10. So yeah, well done to Moon Dog again. You've once again done yourselves proud. So yeah. So to anyone watching at home, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, let me know in the comments section down below. And if you want to check out anything else I do online, I'll leave the links to all that in the video description down below. But until next time, have fun, stay safe with whatever you're doing, don't do anything I wouldn't do, drink responsibly, know your limits, wash your hands, take a mask with you to the shops, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye bye for now.